Hi everybody, this is Rhys Barber from Audiology Associates. Thanks very much for watching that earwax removal compilation video today. Two patients in this compilation video. So you can see this first one, we've got this very deep, dry, almost like a horseshoe shape earwax here. Now at first glance, it doesn't look like it's gone very deep. It looks like it's sitting about halfway down the ear canal. But when we start to clear this away, what you're going to see is as we get these first couple of pieces, we've got the standard size Ulna tube on here in a minute, just removing these sort of drier chunks. Lots of hair sprouting out the sides of these plugs of wax as well. Doesn't always make it very easy when you're trying to get a suction grip because the hairs are trying to sort of fend off the suction tube, so it can't get a good grip on there. But as we start to lift this forwards, what we'll see is we could see that initial chunk, but then we've got this very sort of thin layer in this U shape that's going much further in. So it's right down on top of the eardrum. So the patient was experiencing not so much any hearing issues, but more a sensation that there was something in this ear. So that's why we took this one out. You could see from the very start there was a gap around the wax. So if there's a gap there, it's going to allow the sound through. So we've got the Rosen inserter coming in. We've seen the Rosen inserter a lot recently. It seems to be getting a lot of air time, the Rosen inserter. Not so much for the Jobson horn, actually. I haven't used the Jobson horn for a little while on this one. But you can see it's coming away really well there. This U shape, really good. Why, if there was a gap, am I using Rosen inserter over St. Bart's hook? Because Rosen inserter doesn't have as much of an angle on the end. Now, where that wax was found was right in that very medial portion of the ear canal. Very sensitive portion of the ear canal as well. So don't forget, St. Bart's hook, 90-degree angle. Somebody referred to it the other day as a boat hook. So basically you've got this sort of coming through. We've got this, let's do it that way, U shape. Now, in order to be able to get the grip, I've got to drop it down behind this leading edge of the wax. Now that's right on top of the skin, unfortunately. And to be able to pull this out, I can't tell where the skin's going to be because the view's blocked. So I'd have to push it down quite far and drag it. Well, there's a chance that it's going to scrape along the skin, which is going to be really uncomfortable for the patient. With the Rosen inserter with a much more sort of exaggerated angle, it means that if we got the same piece, we know we can just get the end over and pull down without it scraping along the skin. So all come away really nicely. Just doing a bit of tidying up there around the outside edge, just taking some of this drier material off the outside edge here. Seem to be getting a lot of dry waxes recently. Lots of sort of dry skin, dry wax problems coming through. We went through a bit of a spate, you probably noticed in the videos, lots of wet, mushy wax everywhere it shouldn't be. We seem to be getting a few more plugs coming through, these drier plugs at the moment. So it's coming through really well. There we go, just tidying up the outside edge. Don't forget, guys, if you do have problems with your ears and you need to earwax removal done, you can always book yourself an appointment with us. Our website link is in the bio and the sort of channel description as well. Also, it's got our address in there so you know exactly where we are before you book yourself in. So you can get that done as well. And if you do enjoy the videos, you can always like, follow, share, subscribe, and heart as well. That would be absolutely fantastic. Just under 3/4 of an inch, just over 1.5 centimeters. Oh, I had two very different ear canals in this patient. You can see this one is like a black hole. You're looking in here, there's no light. Everything's getting absorbed by the wax on the inside. We've got this little bit of dry skin on the outside part of the ear canal, and we've got this super dark plug right smack in the middle there as well. Now, first of all, I thought this was going to be really mushy and wet wax, but when we start to get a good grip, we can see that this wax is actually a solid block. Look at this one coming out. The second ear canal on this one's a really good one. I enjoyed doing the second ear canal on this one. But you can see this really solid, dark, almost ebony block of wax there. A little bit further in as well. So let's grab that section. There we go. This patient was a lovely lady. She was, I think she was in her 90s again. We had a few 90-year-olds come through recently. Oh, love her. She was so good. She was really struggling with her hearing, having lots of issues on both sides. You can see why, because we're still going here. We've got these sort of little dark chunks. So it hasn't had her ears cleaned out. I think she said it was about 10 years. So we had a lot to take away. But this is what it looked like to start with. And this is what it looks like afterwards. A very different patient hearing me instantaneously better. Now, this one at first glance thought, oh yeah, a little bit of skin, collector on the outside of the ear canal. Not a problem. This will be out in seconds. No, it wasn't. It is skin. And when we get a grip here, what you'll see is I could put my teeth in. I had the really good suction grip, And as I was pulling this backwards, I could feel resistance. Something was tugging this back, and it was this strip of skin you can see here. Now, unfortunately, what's happened here is we've got this dark sort of hard plug of wax, a bit like what we had on the other side. But unfortunately, the dry skin has tried to grow past it and has kind of wrapped it almost like a little parcel inside the ear canal. So this is the dry skin that's got past it. So I thought, great, get the dry skin out and your patient's going to hear a lot better. You'll see in a second, I'm just trying to fight with this to break it away because it's come away from all different sides of the ear canal here and all collapsed together right at the entrance. So I'm just getting a glimpse. There you go. You can see just beyond that initial piece of skin there, you can just see this darker section of wax. So I'm switching it up here, crocodile forceps going in just to get this one out. I'm hoping it's going to pull that entire strip. It doesn't. What it does, it pulls the front section of the wax. Sorry, wax. My goodness me! You can tell I haven't had my cup of tea this morning. So clinic is so busy this morning. I'm coming into clinic like 2 hours earlier than I normally would be to get my edits and my voiceovers and stuff done. So I haven't had my first cup of tea yet. So bear with me on this one, guys. But it's coming away really, really well. So you can see I'm just taking off that piece of skin there. I'm trying to get a grip. You have to be really careful with this particular type of problem here because the patient can experience a little bit of clarinetting, especially if you've got this plug, because the fine end isn't really able to get rid of that. You can see how that skin's wrapped around that plug. You've really got to fight this skin to get it off, and sometimes the fine end just won't do it. And then if you try and put the standard size on the tube on, that flap of skin that you could just see there, that just keeps vibrating in the end of the suction. Unless you can get it smack down on top of that piece of wax, you're going to get a lot of clarinetting coming through. The difficulty is a lot of the time, when you get it smacked down on top of the wax, you've got half a grip on the wax, half a grip on the skin, and neither of those two things move. So we've got to get rid of that skin first, which is what we did there. Now we can get the suction tube, the standard size on the tube, smack on top of that block of wax. There you go, out that comes. Let's take a look beyond it. We've got more in here. You can see a deeper section there. Let's go and grab that one. Let's take that one out for you. There we go. Oh, it's nearly there. There we are. You can see that coming away. A little tail attached to the end, so it's quite sort of stretchy and sticky, this next bit. Let's get a good grip on that piece as well. A little bit of a wiggle. Fighting with the entrance to the canal. You can see the canal entrance isn't exactly massive because that's the standard size on the tube on there, and they can barely get that into the ear canal. There we go, we got it. Looks like there's a little bit beyond it. Is that going to all come out? Yep, look at that. That little sort of tail on the end there. It looks like it's headphones, but it's come away really, really well. There we go. There's the eardrum looking much, much better. So from this initial shot, we thought everything's going to be really simple to come out, looking much, much better. So what's that? I'm going to go just under 4 centimeters, 1.5 inches on that one, guys. Well, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video as much as I did. Don't forget, please like, follow, share, subscribe, heart. That'd be absolutely fantastic. If you do want your wax removal done, check out the bio. You can look at our website. You can look at... I lost my train of thought. Our address on there as well. And as always, guys, take care of yourselves, take care of your ears, and take care of one another. See you again real soon. Bye, everyone.